You guys ever eat a whole pizza?
Yes, I have.
Like to yourself?
I did all but one slice once, and I felt really weird afterward.
I've eaten a whole pizza.
Just
in my
to be
life.
clear, like I'm not even talking like a personal pizza. I also just died. I'm not even talking a personal pizza. I mean like a full pizza, and I also can feel it down my plums. 20 months are over. Next squid rain stick.
I love the rain stick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There have
Glad
been.
you found it.
Hopefully, in my life, I'll never get back to full pizza territory. Because what it took for me was, and I probably got like 2 full pizzas under my belt lifetime. But it took like
literally under your belt, yeah.
Oh yeah, they ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, they were in there.
And it always happens late at night. You're not supposed to eat late at night, they say. Definitely not supposed to eat a whole pizza by yourself late at night. But
what's late at night though? Like how late?
Anytime you are alone enough to eat a whole pizza without someone saying like, "Hey, slow down there."
It becomes night the same way it becomes high noon when you're Austin.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only time I've ever managed to find that level of hunger, Kobayashi and hunger, within me has been like a night of heavy drinking, and then you get the hungover hunger, and then you just are too hungover to eat all day, and then at night you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a pizza, and then you get to like slice 5, and you're like, I should be full. But the body craves
We've just
it.
begun.
The body,
That's like Chinese food.
It just keeps fitting in there.
Chinese food leaves me with this very heavy weight in my belly that pizza doesn't often.
Yeah, but then you want it like a half an hour later.
Oh, that's true.
You know, I actually have like I have a general rule, which is that every meal I must also consume a meat product of some sort of variety.
You're not joking. Unfortunately.
No, I pretty much don't have vegetarian. There are only 2 exceptions to that rule, which are falafel.
Okay, fair.
I can just eat a straight falafel and pizza. Like pizza, I'll eat just straight up pizza. But no, I mean like sometimes you need a little bit of meat in your life. You know what I mean?
What about if you had like a bowl of cereal for breakfast? What happens?
Well, yeah, then I put some bacon in it. I mean, why not?
Just like a couple cubes of beef.
Yeah. Some cubed beef, maybe a bouillon cube as well.
Put a bouillon cube in the
God, milk and bouillon.
Cereal soup.
It's delicious.
That's the worst sounding thing of all time.
That's absolutely disgusting. I'm picturing it with like this ain't like your cornflakes, right? Where you just be like, ooh, it's like a little wonton chip or something like that. Nah. Go over like Cinnamon Toast Crunch so it creates like a cinnamon sugar soup out of chicken broth.
There'd be like a little like areola around the meat cube of the cinnamon collecting up on it.
Yeah.
An areola around
I was trying to find the right
cube.
way to describe it.
No, I was just like, that's just it's a horrible image. An areola around a meat cube. It's like,
Do you think it's gluttonous to order some mazza sticks with your pizza, or is that
Wait,
too
hold
much
sticks.
cheese?
Mazza. Maja, faza, maja.
What's the problem?
good old
They're
mazza
called
sticks.
matza sticks, Nick.
They're actually
Mazza.
just called mozzarella sticks. Can we get to the reality of the situation here?
What's the big deal? Did I say something weird?
Can you say it again?
Mazza sticks.
Mazza?
Mazza.
Faza.
Have you ordered that from a restaurant and they delivered the right thing to you?
I say mozzarella sticks when I order it.
Chat, what is this item?
Oh, you
Tell
know,
me.
I've got some heavy banters for you guys now.
All right, I'm ready.
You go to a Chinese restaurant. It's got a huge menu. Like,
Someone just said fuck you, Nick.
it's got one of those like 75 menu item selections, right? And they all got numbers. Are you one of the people that orders by the number, or do you order
Number.
by... Okay, that's good. How about you, Rob? Do you order number or name?
Number generally,
Okay,
like because it's just not worth the conversation.
That's
you know what I mean?
exactly it. When
Yeah.
they got like 9 kinds of beef. They're like, oh, we got Cantonese beef, we got Szechuan beef with broccoli, Szechuan beef with oyster sauce, and you're gonna be like, oh, you know, dude, try to mix it up here. Why don't you just tell me the fucking number, man? Don't make me
worst-
remember it.
The worst is when people are at those counters and they're like, but what is oyster sauce exactly? You think they're gonna know how to explain that to you? They're not gonna know.
See,
They have
what
no
they
idea.
do is they take a bunch of oysters and then they leave them out in the sun, and then they put them in a big vise and squeeze the juice into this bottle here.
You know what,
Actually,
to be honest with you, I don't know what oyster sauce is, so that could very
I
well
think
be.
that's it. I think.
Well, they leave it out in the sun,
that's
right?
it.
And then they squeeze it into a bottle.
That's how they make fish sauce for sure. Like it's a simplified version of it.
Squeeze the shit out of a fish.
I
Collect it.
gotta tell you, I was at 7-Eleven yesterday, and
You ever
then
squeezed a fish?
I've probably squeezed a fish if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I was
man.
What are you squeezing fish for? What's that
Well,
about?
we were
Why
going fishing.
wouldn't
You
you?
get a fish, you kind of like you got to squeeze it to hold on to it. But the more you
Have
grip,
you
the
gone
more
fishing?
they slip. Of course.
Yeah.
I've
You
never
can't
gone
let
fishing.
that fish slip away.
Dude, I've never
You
gone
worked hard
fishing.
for that.
Honestly,
That's your meat now.
it's not all it's cracked up to be.
I don't think it's cracked up to be a lot for me. It's just like it seems like, you know,
I think it's
just
cracked
go out,
up.
Go out with the boys, you know, grab some beers, sit out on the water.
I really think that that's how a lot of people die.
Really?
Yeah, and like, hey, we had like 19 beers, and now I'm gonna drive my boat. Oh, we all drowned because life jackets are only for people who can't swim. You know?
Same thing, right?
We were
I
actually
mean-
last night. I was having a conversation. It said like, sort of similar to these lines. You know, like in Canada at least, we used to have a 13th grade of high school, or at least in Ontario they did. So you would actually be in high school from 9th grade till 13th grade, and then you would
that
graduate. I mean, who cares, right? You're 17. Who gives a shit? You go to college, you can actually maybe drink in your first year. But we were saying, like, all these kids now, instead of going to university straight away, some of them will take, like, gap years and just fuck off for a year, or they'll travel or something. They should get rid of the 13th grade, which they've already done. But instead, in your gap year, for 12 months, you change jobs once a month and just do one shitty job 1 month at a time to gain some appreciation
Like
for
grow.
what... Exactly. So you start and you're like, hey, graduated from high school. They're like, cool, your job at the like water treatment plant starts tomorrow. And then after a month of that, they're like, by the way, you're going to be a janitor at like an old folks home. And then after that, they're like, okay, you're going to be like a waiter at a family restaurant. And then you're going to be a garbage man. And then you do that for a year so that when you become an actual adult, you're not shitty to people on a regular basis. Because you're like, man, I remember that sucked dick.
Yeah. I mean,
it's an okay idea. I would much rather you get trained like Cairo Sedgero, and then you get a 5-point plan on how to gape somebody open.
I think honestly, this is you know, I usually I oversell some things for humor's sake, but
No,
I
you don't.
legitimately feel like everyone needs to get punched in the face at least one time in their life. Because here's the thing.
Cairo Sedgero could do that.
You know, you can tell.
So he'd kill you, though.
Tell people who have not been punched in the face
Yeah.
at least once in their life. Like you can spot them in a room. You know.
Nick, have you ever been punched in the face?
Probably when I was a little kid, yeah.
When you were
Yeah,
a
there
little
you go.
kid?
Yeah, by the bullies. I got bullied all the
Oh,
time.
okay. Punched in. Okay, that makes sense.
See, yeah, that's not necessary. I mean, it's
It's not
still
the same, though.
It's not-
It's
yeah,
not like
the-
an adult
the-
beating.
the getting punched in the face thing. Like what I mean is like
Being
you
a
know,
shithead and then punished for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
got choked out.
It'll stop you from doing that in the future. That was my rude awakening too. I was being a dickhead to some kid, and then he just like got me in a headlock and punched me in the face.
That's
a couple
my
times.
story too, and I hate it because
Yeah.
it feeds into your idea that it's bullshit. But I like, I'm kind of proving it. Where like my story is the wheat thin story that Dan loves to bring up so much.
Yeah, it's a good
I was
story.
I was being an asshole, and then the kid tackled me, and at first I was like, why did he tackle me? And then like 10 years later, I was like, right, I was being a shithead.
You'll get punched in the temple and die instantly, so probably not that kind of punch.
Does that happen?
What better way to assert your dominance though?
Yeah, if you
Punch
kill
someone
them,
in the temple and kill him.
you're
Gotcha.
better than them because they're meat now.
They're dead. Well, actually, in a somewhat similar story. See, in elementary school, I was bullied quite a bit.
Okay.
And
What a loser.
and essentially, one time, the only thing I enjoyed was like drawing pictures, and I drew this picture of Machamp, and I did the thing, you know, where you do all the circles first, and then you do the thing. So I was like
Oh, that's
really
how you draw
proud of
the
it.
owl.
Yeah, exactly, and then draw the fucking owl. at
You
the
draw
end.
the fucking owl.
Yeah. But so I did that, and I was really proud of it, and I was showing it off to the kids in the
I'm
bus.
proud of you.
Yeah, and then what? Like one of the older girls was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Let me see that."
Oh,
and
no.
she took it out of my hand and then threw it out the window. And I was just like,
that's cold.
I have realized the darkness inside of every human.
Did you
and
punch her in the
I will-
face?
No, I didn't. I was still
Hypocrite.
This was this was pre-face punching Rob days. I went more face punching in high school and whatnot, and middle school.
I don't think they can put you in jail. Well, first off, put you in jail for underage drinking to begin with. But definitely not when you're like several years past the cutoff, right? They can't be like, excuse me, Bartholomew Sanders, we're gonna send you to prison here, but I'm 84 years old. No, well, we got an old lithograph of you drinking some moonshine back in the 1940s. Sorry.
I did drink moonshine once. You guys ever have moonshine?
Nah, I value my sight.
Nah, there's mothers in every fucking country. It's crazy.
It is weird, right? That there are mothers everywhere.
Do we know that there's mothers
Japan.
in Paraguay? People, they like to think that movie is like, hey, there's like a lightsaber battle with Darth Maul, and then they pod race, and then there's a lightsaber battle, and the movie's over. Duel of the Fates, right? But no, there's actually like an hour and a half of just hokey horse shit that happens. And Jar Jar Binks being like, woo, Misa tripped over my dick, woo! And then then the pod racing scene is like 98 minutes long. Yeah. And the whole thing is just like
Sabulba!
Yeah. And then at the end, there's like, you know, I'm not gonna deny that Duel of the Fates is a fantastic piece, but
yeah,
the movie itself is beyond saving. Like Jar Jar Binks, for all the joking that, you know, people like maybe blow it a bit out of proportion, he's actually like a character where you look at it and you go, there's no way an adult could have said this is a right decision to put it in this movie.
See, here's the thing. Okay, I actually have a theory on what happened to George Lucas. And this actually ties into the Crystal Skulls thing here. So
okay,
sorry, yeah, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Excuse me. This ties in. So when George Lucas was making like Star Wars and he was making Indiana Jones back in the day, he would have just a bunch of wild shit, crazy ideas, and he would, you know, throw them at the wall and see what sticks, kind of thing.
Like spaghetti.
Yeah, right. But he wasn't like, you know, hailed as this visionary genius at the time. Yeah. He was just the dude who made American Graffiti, and that was a pretty good movie. The thing is, he had people in those days to say like, no, George, that's fucking stupid. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like Harrison Ford, who just like basically rewrote Han Solo pretty much. And then also like a lot of the Indiana Jones stuff. He had like Steven Spielberg being like, dog,
George.
And Lawrence Kasdan being like, man, this is dumb. When he made the Star Wars prequels and he made Crystal Skull, no one would say anything to George Lucas.
Because he's a genius now. We've decided he's infallible.
Now, there's proof on this theory, by the way. You know that,
don't whisper it.
Oh, I love that he leaned into the mic to tell us.
Here's the thing.
We're privy to this.
Here's the thing, fucking, you know that ridiculous ass scene in Crystal Skulls where Shia LaBeouf is flying with the monkeys?
Yeah. Oh, the monkeys, yeah.
That was actually a cut scene from the original Raiders of the Lost Ark, where George Lucas was like, you know what would be really great is if we had Indiana Jones swinging around with monkeys. That sounds great. And then Lawrence Kasdan was like, no. And so, but he didn't have anybody to say no anymore.
It's irresponsible of us to talk about Tim Burton without knowing him and delve into the private details of his life. Yeah, but you've seen Tim Burton. And surely,
Tim Burton.
I guarantee you Johnny Depp fucks his wife on the regular.
He gets down, right? Like, they get down together.
Johnny Depp fucks Helena Bonham Carter while Tim Burton watches and jerks off in the corner. It's just how it goes. And I think
what a life.
We as a society just accept it.
Yeah. I'm glad we've come to this realization, because like I always found that very odd, and it's just like, you know, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, they did some funky shit together.
I mean, it's possible they're just really good friends, and by possible I mean like probably about 1,000 times more likely that they're just really good friends. But like, just make better movies. Like, I know it's not that easy, but like,
that was pretty easy.
Tim Burton is like, he had like for like 10 years or 15 years, everyone was like, oh, Tim Burton, what a, like, you know, singular voice in the filmmaking community. Exactly, like he does his own thing and it's cool. And then, I don't know when it was, like Planet of the Apes, and then you would just ignore the fact that Big Fish came out after that. But like after Planet of the Apes, you're just like, I am sick of this shit. Like, wait, I watched it, I told you in the Tournament of Shame chat, I watched the trailer for the new Alice in Wonderland movie. Because it was on a YouTube ad. I hated
Tim Burton.
Hated the first Alice in Wonderland movie. I saw it in theaters, but I hated it. And then
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is pretty bad too.
I agree with that. I couldn't finish the trailer. And it's like, not finishing the movie is rare. Halfway through the trailer, I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't watch this shit anymore. No vote? Come on, we haven't even ridden the prompts yet.
How do you jerk off a mouse?
Probably
very carefully.
Attach the cow milk.
You gotta find someone with extremely tiny hands to do that job. The lesser-known sequel to Old Yeller. Old Yeller 2, Yell Harder, or Old Yeller 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Just give it 100 to 0 there.
Keep it 100. A fitting punishment for people who double dip their chips. Double dip their nips or double nip chip clip.
That's like a callback right there.
This is pretty good. A completely untrue rumor about Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin was an outspoken birther, or Alvin was involved in the black marquee helium trade.
Where's that movie?
That was supposed to be Bismarcky on helium.
Bismarcky helium trade. Have they done an Alvin and the Chipmunks? Yeah. I would love to hear that.
What to do when a really tall person sits in front of you at the movie theater? Tell him to cut that shit right out. Shit down their neck and watch the snail trail. Kick him in the fucking head. Find another seat, probably.
Wow. 3 very aggressive, violent answers and 1 reasonable man.
I mean, I'm 6'4", so...
Is that true?
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're tall?
You've seen me twice. What are you talking about?
I didn't think you were that tall. I always imagine you as being
man.
like an average height.
No, dude, I'm tall as fuck.
Is this
Why don't
Rob?
you
Is this true?
say it? Yeah, no.
Austin's
it is.
tall?
I don't.
This
I
came
mean,
up in Fox's stream, and he didn't even believe me when I said it was true that you're tall.
What the? This blows my mind because
You're like stealth tall.
I've
somehow.
you
definitely.
don't seem tall in person.
I mean, we were
will
both
say.
sitting down most of the time.
I guess
but
that's a good point. Yeah, but
you should play basketball.
I did when I was younger.
That doesn't surprise me. Were you 6'4" then too?
No.
Well, like,
You weren't born
Hey,
6'4"?
you really
No,
missed
yeah.
out on an opportunity there. Then
Yeah, it took early, you know. It took my mom like 40 minutes to birth me.
40 minutes. Oh, geez, hey,
There's
better
a
cancel.
really rough
Better
long
cancel
labor.
my lunch appointment. I'm gonna give birth.
I think I was 2 days.
No, well, not the full. I meant that. Look, if you're coming out for 2 days, that is a problem there. All right. I was talking
It's
about
happened.
the actual.
Some people are in labor
process.
for 6 months.
Well, there's a difference between being in labor and like you got the head
20,
peeking out.
20 years in labor.
Okay, fine. What do you want to talk about then? Probably Overwatch memes or existentialism. All right, do you vote for Austin or Nick?
I mean, the first one's Rob, not me, but the second one's definitely Nick.
Oh my God! You guys don't know how wrong you are.
Oh,
No way!
Oh man!
What?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Nick said
Yeah, you had
Overwatch
it totally
memes,
wrong.
and Rob said existentialism.
They're like wild cards sometimes.
Overwatch memes has won.
Reversal.
A quick way to save money on grocery bills. Stop buying groceries or stop paying them.
Both of those are bad solutions to this problem.
Because I lost.
The
got
worst
our
thing
votes.
to overhear during your surgery. It's high noon or oh shit, what up?
Oh God!
The worst thing you could discover in your burrito. A little pee-pee poking out or smegma?
Actually, it's Smega.
It's mega.
Smega.
Smegma man.
Smega. Smega!
It's like an attack sound for a Street Fighter character.
Smega.
Giesling. That's the name of the biopic they're gonna make about him. 20 years. But it only got 14%. Bernie Sanders. I'm Mark Wahlberg. You may remember me from Ted.
Can this be the impression of Mark Wahlberg that you use from now on?
I was in the fucking departed.
I went in a car park.
Planet of the Apes.
I was plowing babes. That's what Frank's from always.
He's turning into Frank. Yeah.
Our first prompt is the polite thing to bring to an orgy in the suburbs. Your own butt plug or deviled eggs.
Why not both?
I like the unrelatedness of deviled eggs.
What are you talking about? Everybody's got to eat. You work up.
They don't eat at orgies?
You work up a warrior's hunger.
Apparently they do. There was a guy who did an AMA like during an orgy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm taking downtime and eating some of the smorgasbord."
There's
they
no
put out.
way they would not.
I mean, yeah, but I guess I wouldn't have realized that orgies break out in such a non-spontaneous fashion. Yeah.
Deviled eggs, 2/3 to 1/3, baby. What the boogeyman is afraid of? Children or Ryuga Wagateki Wokurao?
That's your answer.
Bye, bye, bye.
Or do you sell? I don't know.
Sell, sell, sell.
Die, die, die.
Jim Cramer with a Reaper mask saying, Overwatch memes are hot, die, die, die. Die low, sell, die.
Yeah.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Riding cowgirl on Waldo's Wiggler or San Diego?
Waldo's Wiggler.
Is that your answer, Ryan? It sounds like a Ryan answer.
Just because there's alliteration doesn't mean it's not my answer.
The first prompt is
A bad reason to call 911. 911. As I was reading it, I'm like, don't say 911. Don't say 911. A bad reason to call 911. Ordered 50 nugs and only got 47, or Bernie Sanders stole America's heart. A name for a brand of designer adult diapers. Mush Puppies or Tommy Brown Finger.
Alright.
Okay, those are both pretty good, actually, though.
The name of a really bizarre diet that just never caught on. Marfel Pop or Mise en Place?
Get out of here.
Who said Mise en Place? Because you're gonna love a future answer, I'll tell you that much.
It's mise en scène anyway.
No, mise en place is a different one.
Yes, it is. So, what was that movie Birdman about anyway? A bird attorney or mise en scène?
God damn it, this one's gonna win now because I set it up for the for the second one. Fuck.
Research.
your votes now.
Yeah.
Come-
Wait, did we have
oh,
the same
fuck.
answer? Do we have the same
Someone
answer?
has quiplashed us. Come
what?
up with a name for a salad dressing by Lindsay Lohan. Herbie Fully Loaded. Come surprise. Not a vinaigrette, just regret. How are you not voting for this, Chad? Herbie Fully Loaded is beautiful. It's got everything. And it's not even mine.
It's really good.
I'm sorry, I just read a random comment under your chat, and I assume it's part of a larger conversation, but it's just great out of context. The Indians call it maize.
Straight out of context.
Don't order the left strawberry, though. It's... Don't get the number one.
Chrome, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
a
Chrome,
little
yeah.
like Google Chrome.
From the
Yep.
first circle.
Oh,
yeah.
Still
no, it's
wrong.
not really a Google
That's-
Chrome anymore.
That's,
He likes to
Spider-Man.
remix it a lot. You know?
That's Tony Stark's arc reactor.
No, it's like a triangle now.
Put the arc reactor in my chest.
Oh.
Come on.
All right, the lines betrayed me.
No,
seriously here.
that's pretty much what it looks like, man. Hitting
Looks
Google,
like corn.
Google Chrome with a palm frond.
The Native Americans called it maize.
I mean, this is corn.
It's definitely not in 3D.
What direction
some-
is this
It's
traveling?
got some problems.
That's tennis. You've got to be shitting me right now.
It's no dat boy.
It looked like the sun was shining down on the corn.
It does look like corn now you see.
It really looks like maize.
Perspective.
Really good head.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh,
I win Mavis Beacon's typing challenge.
I can't believe none of us have gotten that before he's drawn anything yet.
to air is
you
to
know.
what? How did that happen?
Dan.
Dan!
Oh no!
He snuck in.
He's
in the
at a
Discord.
barbecue.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Dan.
I was thinking of a horror movie.
Classic Dan.
No, I messed up. I misread Nick's Skype message. That's my fault, Nick. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Thanks for
cool.
inviting me.
I heard you went to a barbecue.
Yeah, it's a local place called Dickie's. Believe it or not.
That's cool.
Oh.
Is that an insult?
No, that's a
Those are
good
good
thing.
things.
I hate when someone goes, you're like, hey, you ever been to In-N-Out Burger? It's fantastic. And then you take your friend and they're like, hey, give me the mushroom salad with no lettuce. And then they're like, it's not that good.
What's a mushroom salad?
Oh, you're about to
With
find
no
out,
lettuce.
mister. That's a stinky mermaid tail.
That looks like a mermaid tail with a penis. That's a mer penis.
Don't do this, please. I beg
It's
you.
not a,
Austin.
no, I realize what I'm drawing. It's not what it's meant to look like.
Are you serious? Because
Oh, he's got a big one.
he's showing off his mushroom salad, man.
What's up with the stinky mushroom, stinky mermaid?
What
tail,
is this?
I have no idea what's happening. Oh,
Not a great drawer, man.
Science! What? Is that a microscope?
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Why is the viewfinder pointing down?
The ant looking at himself.
Ooh.
Is it- okay. I really thought
Oh, Lord.
That's good,
That's the noises that man would make. Don't draw Chrome.
Google Chrome, yeah. Google Diamond.
Rob, you gotta get this, man.
No, it's lost to me. I can only think of teabagging, tasting. Okay, that makes sense.
Testing.
Get that face off of my screen, please. Oh, God damn it.
Ordinance? What the hell? Isn't that something that you get in trouble for? Like you're out of
Sound
ordinance?
ordinance.
In
That's
most
when the mayor
states, yeah.
shells your house.
You're out of ordinance.
This
We
looks
need
like the
some context,
Schengen
though.
region of Europe.
Excuse me.
Where exactly is that?
You know the Schengen region?
Oh,
It's
is
the
he gonna eat
area
that
you can
minion?
travel to without requiring a passport.
He's gonna
Is
eat
it?
that
Is that a real statement?
Oh! Well,
Oh,
Dan, you
Dan
got
got
banned.
Why? Why'd I get banned?
You type too fast.
You're a fast typer.
I didn't even realize you could get banned for typing too much.
Hmm?
It was like a
Very-
Java problem or something.
Very CPU intensive.
I don't know what the hell the deal is. Flash or Java or something was broken.
Good drawing, Rob. Good drawing.
Thanks, yeah.
This is also not what this is, by the way. Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Oh, fuck off.
There really are 8 words in Pictorio.
There's 8 words in Pittorio.
What does OCA mean?
I have no idea.
Worst
It's
drawing
a form of cheese originally fermented by French-Canadian monks back in the 18th century. Oka cheese.
It's not. It's not that.
It is that.
No.
But
Is this guy smoking a Dorito?
He's gonna freebase it.
There's a crack pipe right there next to it.
What am I missing? Dan. A little too far.
Is this another vest?
Oh man, I can't even rhyme with this.
That man lives inside of a plastic bag.
He's got a window cut out for air.
Yeah.
No, it's just Arizona, and the house is made of plastic.
He's climbing out of the window, actually. He's got small
It
legs.
is.
Oh, they're gonna bring him a plant for company.
nice.
That's very nice.
Oh, you know what? It's a neighbory.
Oh, he lives in a tree.
Okay.
Oh!
He's gonna climb up that tree.
It's not a delivery.
Delivery.
Delivery?
Dude weed. No.
What?
Oh,
We got
he's
this,
muscular.
boys. We got this, boys.
That guy gonna
Don't.
stop him? No plans for him.
Oh, ah. Oh, ah. Yeah.
How?
I only got
The
it because
guy's bringing over a freaking canoe oar.
I think he's bringing a red potion.
What are
No,
you
it's a
doing,
little
cat?
canoe oar.
Max can't draw anymore.
Yeah, we got it. You ran out of time.
You got it. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
we all know who that is. That is
Oh.
unmistakable even in
Yeah.
drawing form.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Why does he have such a long neck? Is it long neck?
Really?
I got the symbols mixed up.
Fuck. No.
Just
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I get
Oh.
it. I'm just waiting for
Okay.
the word to pop into my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. No.
At this point, I don't really care how many points. It's going to be so low. Might
Yeah.
as well not bother typing it.
Hillary's neck is as long as the rest of
That's
her.
not Hillary. That's Bernie
Hillary.
Sanders.
That's Bernie Sanders.
After he wins the
Aw.
Republican nomination, Donald Trump is running for the Crocodile Party.
Looks like a wolf.
It looks like a cat plane.
Put the Yeti.
As well.
Dan, this is what a Jedi do.
Mind trick.
Mind trick. Mind trick. That's good stuff.
That is what a Jedi does.
No, I can't deny that.
That's an asparagus.
That's freaking maize, man.
The Indians call it maize.
We don't say that word anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, is
Yep.
there parts of
It's
it?
definitely
It's the
corn.
color of corn.
Is it just?
What happened there?
No.
Scarlet.
3 times.
What the fuck?
Oh.